Alright, Terry, another video coming for y'all, and welcome back to Spy Talk. And instead of Maddie not being here today, we are having Cam Kirk, who played Agent Kepner, as long as various goons, and did some camera work for Spy 5.
Yeah, that's me.
So, we're going to be breaking down into Spy 5, going through the scenes and giving you a little bit of behind-the-scenes action and what we were thinking, what went wrong, what was fun.
What were we thinking making this?
What were we thinking?
What were we thinking?
That's the big
And
one
most
there.
importantly, when are we done so I can go home?
That's the most important one. Alright, here we go.
Roll them.
Roll the credits, people.
Got to start off with a warning.
Yeah.
There are flashing lights.
Well, yeah. I figured. Remember? Okay, so pause it.
Okay.
Right off the bat. You guys remember when we filmed this scene? We had those people sitting on the park bench behind us.
Yeah.
And they kept asking us questions the whole time. Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that?
That's the trouble with being such a, not low level, but like a fresh film thing, is that location is everything. If you don't have location, you have nothing.
And location was a nightmare.
Right. You can't film without somewhere to film.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword, because you always want to film on location because it always looks better.
Right.
But then you have to deal with real people.
Right. And I mean,
Eli doesn't do that ever, so.
Yeah. So you just look at, like, Spy 1 was a front yard, and then you see the open trees, the people in the background, the car in the shot. It brings the production up another level to film in public. It just comes with so many more complications that it's going to take a lot more time. It's going to take a lot more planning, for sure.
A lot more variables, too.
Right.
We had to stop a ton of times just because a car would go by.
A car would go by,
people
would
like
walk
a car,
away. Right.
And then, people walk right in shot, and then it's like...
That was one guy that just walked right in front of you guys, and he saw that I was holding the camera, and he just go, excuse me.
Like, dude, you can just walk away.
Well, filming here.
We're filming.
Yeah, I was like, oh, these people are reciting lines. I'm just going to walk right in front of the cameraman. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it made it more difficult, and we had several takes for this scene. But
a lot of takes.
Yeah. But yeah, I think...
I mean, this was
a lot.
This was literally the first scene and the first thing we filmed.
Yeah, this was day one.
This was the first thing.
Day one, we showed up.
Everybody was getting used to being around each other, used to getting their roles, getting their lines done.
And we were trying... I bought a little camera steadier, which ended up being a piece of poop.
Which, as you guys will see, go ahead, roll them. Watch how funky this thing is.
Yeah, the camera's a little bit like, whoa.
Yeah, because I don't. You're asking if I trust the director of the CIA. Yes, that's exactly
Watch Eli's face.
Nope. I don't know.
Okay.
That's good. Ever since he showed up
It's
in our
very
face,
wobbly.
It's very wobbly, but you still did good with it. I mean, for after I used it, I'm like, man, this is horrible. We're not using that again.
The thing I don't like is I feel like because I was on terrain, like the rugged ground of the park.
Yeah.
I'm like constantly like, oh god, the camera's turning this way, because it's like a candy cane.
Yeah.
With the thing on it.
It's just like a little freestanding like thing that just and that there's so many takes too that was like the camera would just bob and go like
swinging this way, so I start walking this way.
Yeah.
Now I was swinging
And now
that way.
it's all
Oh, now I
yeah.
gotta.
Yeah.
I almost wonder if it would have been easier if I just held the camera with
Yeah.
my hands.
Probably would have been, to be honest, but I mean, I was like, oh no, it's a stabilizer.
That was a good transition.
Yeah, I was happy.
Yeah,
That
it was
turned out.
Really cool.
the-
That was well done. Good job.
Pretty much all the masking work in this movie is really a step up.
Yeah.
It's just with Cameron and I in the with the pillars going by us, that one, the trees.
I think the big thing is we were aware of that and we filmed it that way.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
when we filmed this, it was like, okay, use that tree. Oh, there was John in the background. There's several cuts where we cut because they were in the back. But yeah, so we planned for that. Like I was like, oh, this tree would be a perfect transition point. Whereas when we filmed the other ones, it wasn't. I didn't really know that would be good. And then
Right.
it was,
Here's Cameron Riley Steele as Torin.
So you'll notice in the trailer that he's in that gazebo that's right behind us.
Yeah.
That we did the whole scene going through that way, and we're just about done with it. And you were just like, I don't think this will work.
Like looking on the camera viewfinder, I'm like, it looks so dark. There was no lights in there. It was all shadow, and I'm like, My concern is I'm like, I don't want to bring this to the editing table and have it be unusable footage just because of how dark it is in the shadows.
Yeah.
Which, it actually, the cuts we did take actually weren't bad. But we never filmed the full thing. We just filmed the beginning and then I was like, nah. So then, but it wasn't bad, but I think this was still the better option. Just
the
to be on
lighting
safe side.
from the back was really like blowing them out.
Yeah,
too,
that was true too. The other problem too is there was people mowing the lawn on the other side of the lake right behind him,
I forgot
which made
about that.
audio a nightmare because there's some scenes where it comes in nice and clean, and then other scenes where it's so washed because it's so much de-hum or de-noise, just trying to get rid of it.
So we're gonna talk about a lot of the good things, but we can goof on ourselves too, right?
Oh yeah.
Because I got something that really was like, oh, that was dumb.
Yeah.
Play it. Cameron's pretty good here as Torrent.
Yeah.
He's great
Cam
every
always
time.
brings just such a
He was
high level
so
of
good
intensity.
every time.
This is gonna sound mean, but I think it's just his face looks like you want to punch him. There's nothing again. I really love working with you, Cam, but you have one of those faces. You know?
It's how he plays Torin for sure because he's the conniving, slimy little dude.
He's the sweetest guy though. Sweet guy in real life.
He's such a great guy.
Very nice.
And like pause it real quick too. It's funny. So for this scene originally, Cam was supposed to be wearing a full suit. We get there, and Cam was the only one not there. And I'm like, wait a minute, we're still waiting on Cam,
right?
And I texted him. He's like, oh shoot, I didn't know it was today.
So he's
like, I thought it was tomorrow, and I'm like, oh.
So this is came with the more locations. Is that we had to plan everything out.
Full schedule for everyone showing up.
We had it was very convoluted. We had highlighted days for certain things, different dates, different people coming different days to certain locations, and we would film like there was a time when we needed Alex to come at like 1 o'clock, but we were filming since like 10 a.m. Mm-hmm. So we went over and she ended up going to a different location. It was a lot.
This was a lot more complicated versus Spy 4.
Just it was very easy to get confused, especially with so many people being in this one.
It's not his fault. I totally get it. There was a ton going on, and I was struggling to keep it all straight. Yeah. But it was just. But the point is, he ran from his house to the set to be there on time. Cam was devoted to doing the role.
If I had to pick which one was more fun to film between Spore and Spy, I would have to say Spy 4 was a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Just because there wasn't that many setbacks.
Mm-hmm. It was a lot more relaxed, too.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot more like, we're doing this, we're having fun. And this one was like, oh, God. It was like actually making a movie. Wow.
And there was no time limit for 4. I mean, there was because I was moving, but at the same time, we filmed that over like the course of a month or two.
And the time limit for 4 was like, hey, we just got to get this stuff filmed. After that, the real battle was the VFX and
learning how to do After Effects and all that stuff.
I would say it's almost the exact opposite for this film. Yeah. That the challenge was the filming, the locations, the characters.
Well, I only had 2 weeks from work, and I'm like, all right, we got 2 weeks. And I even texted everyone too, like way before. I'm like, all right, we can do it. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a lot in a short amount of time. Yeah. And I texted everyone beforehand. I'm like, hey, do you still want to be in the film? This was like a month or two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm like, do you want to still be in the film? Because if not, I need to know so I can change it now. Because it's going to be an intense 2 weeks of filming.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm a man of my word. Remember.
And honestly, though, I like Cam better with this outfit than the suit and tie here.
I think he blends in better.
Yeah, I think it actually worked out better in my opinion.
Isn't that John's jacket or something?
I think it is actually John's jacket. Yeah.
That was. Oh, he touched him. Never touch Eli. Never touch Eli.
He's got cooties.
Also, that was what I was going to say. You see, phones don't make that noise when they're in your hand.
Yeah.
They don't vibrate like they're on a table when they're in your hand.
You're right. And I think that's the sound effect I used was like a vibrating on a table.
But the thing is, it's like, would you rather have like the...
I considered putting like a full ringtone, but then I'm like, nah.
And it does it again right here.
Yeah.
Does it do the vibrate or does he just
It does.
Yeah.
Right there.
See, there it was on the seat.
Yeah.
But it's in his hand.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that. That was a different sound.
Not
From
well,
gear to gear.
Yeah. Well,
That was good. Oh, who's that guy?
We planned that guy to walk across. He was a paid extra.
Yeah, that guy was just... I think that's Connor sitting in the
Oh, yeah, that is Connor. Look at him with his hat and his stupid red hair.
He's just chilling out on the bench there.
Connor is my brother, if you don't know.
I look like a menace.
A man.
Oh, that's actually...
John Walter. Yeah, but it's not John Walter, it's you.
That's actually messed up. That is not supposed to be that way.
Oh, there's me.
Oopsie poopsies. Oh well.
That's alright. Manipulation.
I kind of feel bad because Alex is barely in this one.
Yeah, that's just the way it was cut, though.
It's the side by side.
Look at that.
And there's my cabin.
With Shrek's bathroom.
Shrek's bathroom, the outhouse. Yeah.
We call that the
hello there.
Yeah, we call
There's
that
the
Shrek
generator.
door every time.
Now, can I give myself a little bit of credit? This is a pretty cinematic shot.
This is a really
that was a
shot.
great
I
shot.
loved these shots.
Yeah.
Right in the
And,
beginning here.
goes in through the camera.
Yeah.
Might I say that was my doing?
Yeah.
So that was the huge thing is that when Aiden was on screen, you just took over and you got such good shots.
Yeah.
Like
you had great ideas with fixing the camera to make the
Yeah.
transition really well.
Well, thank you. But I appreciate you allowing me to help out.
Yeah.
But
Well, I'm happy you did because I couldn't on my own.
Well,
And-
I think in this movie I've noticed that I think I probably should, get behind the camera more.
Yeah.
My
Well,
acting's a little off in this one.
I mean, it was.
I disagree.
I disagree as well, but
I think you're on point.
I mean, and with Spy 4, I prefer to be behind the camera just doing that and editing and just letting the actors do their things personally. Like, I don't as much enjoy the acting bit as I do just the creation bit. So for 4, I was kind of like, I'm going to take myself out and do a flashback, so I'm not in it as much. But with 5, for story-wise, that was kind of unavoidable. So
the thing is, but I think, honestly, you are the most natural, play it and just, listen. You are probably the most natural actor in the cast.
Really?
I would say that for sure because you're playing your character, but you're like, hey, Chase is me, just an agent of.
And maybe that's why you do so well, but I think you are very natural in this role.
You're very comfortable with just saying the lines.
Yeah.
And it flows really well.
I didn't think so, but I'm glad you guys did.
Yeah. Meanwhile, people like me who are trying to make this character something, it doesn't land very well. But
or Kepner, who's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, crazy for most of this film. I'm excited for the next one because it'll be a lot more you and Alex's character and it'll be a lot more.
Right.
There's a lot of talking in this one.
Yeah.
Which is
there's a lot of talking in both of them though.
Have you explained that this was all supposed to be one big film?
No. So originally this was written as one long script. I think we said it in the first Spy Talk. It's 95 pages or something. But it was a long script. It was 2 straight weeks of just nothing but filming, and when we were filming it, I'm like, this is probably going to be too big for one film, because so we filmed both Spy 5 and what is now 6, what was originally just supposed to be 5, but I figured it best to split it because it would just would have been way too long.
I still think it would have been really cool if it was all one big film. But maybe someday you can.
Once 6 is out, I want to edit it all together, 1 through 6, into one.
All 1 through
big. That's my hope. It's not going to transition very well between.
Well, let me guess, it's going to be out in 6 months.
Or 5 years.
Or another couple of years. I'll go through menopause before it's out.
Yeah, probably. Oh gosh. But yeah. So this is half the film. I have all the footage for the next film, but that is also way more intensive as far as effects and stuff like that. The next part.
My brother could be there. If she's there, we will get
This scene, it took me
Look
and
at
Seth.
Eisenhower in the back.
Quality guy. But it took me and Seth forever to get this scene, and then you were like, "Well, just run it through. Just run it through. I won't record." And we ran it through, and it was perfect without it recording. And then you're like, "Oh yeah, I was actually recording the whole time."
Did you?
That's how you have to do it.
Did you see Seth's face? He went. After he finished his line. Oh. Look at what I push Eli. That's such a.
But no, I mean,
Whack!
I did that. I did that
like
a few
that.
times. Is I would just be like, oh, let me just get the angle, run it, and
Yeah.
I would actually record, but
And
you
it-
didn't know that.
And it worked
So-
because the pressure's off that it's a take.
Right,
You're like,
and
oh,
you were
let's
just
do it.
super comfortable with it. So I was like,
Yeah.
that was it. You guys did it. It was good.
Here comes the big scene.
Big boss scene right there.
Oh, but this motel was fun because me and Eli stayed the night.
Yeah.
Aiden goes, I only paid for it one night, but I was just going to go back to my grandparents' house. And I'm like,
Yeah,
can
like-
me and Eli sleep here?
I'm like, sure, I'm not gonna use it, so if you want.
This looks like the place. Dr. Clark.
Yeah, that was the motel day was the most fun day of filming, I will say.
'Cause
that
once
was-
we got done
that was the
filming-
last day of filming.
We ordered a pizza, we were
Yeah.
talking, we were watching movies, having fun.
That was my favorite day of filming was the last day, just because the stress was low and we'd figured out how to recover from all the catastrophes.
Ooh.
Big memory scene.
I have nightmares about Eli too.
It's better.
It's
It's
so much better. But the original take was a bit rough.
Can't be. What about the gravity?
The original, yeah. So
So
the original take wasn't bad. It was black and white with a ring, I think.
a little bit of a ring and then just images flashing. It was zoom transitions into one in each.
Right.
And it worked, but it wasn't great. And Eli's like, well, like, you could do something a little different.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I took the time, I went back to it and just re-experimented with it and came up with that instead.
This is acting like I'm
You
stoned.
went all out for this scene though. Like you literally went outside and put dirt on your fingers and started smearing it on your face.
I feel like I could have done better.
I think you did great. I freaking love it. It's so funny. We have the script sitting on top of the microwave.
Oh, yeah. Look at my nipples.
No. You had a piece of dirt fly off the back of your already got up.
That was not a slap. Your
Any-
arm
It was
was
like a
right
pinky,
here,
yeah.
and I could just
Yeah.
I could only go that far.
Any scene with me and Eli is good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because it's...
It's the guarantee. Just because, I mean, you guys are just having fun with it at this point.
Oh, I like...
And that was added by you, if I remember
It was-
right. In the scene, you're like, what if I
He's
just like
so
pointed it?
stupid.
Yes.
And Eli is playing the perfect straight man to Kepner right now.
Yeah.
I think
Like-
me and Eli, whenever we're on screen, we have good chemistry because
I
Eli
agree.
knows how to just push my buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you the scene with you two guys is just hilarious. Like it flows so easily, and I love it. He's just slamming the
He's
door.
so dumb.
And Eli is just like so over it. He's just
God.
like, I can't believe I'm stuck with
He
this
has
guy.
the perfect reactions.
Love it. I just love that. It's such.
Lead the way.
How much of this was? I don't remember. I know a lot of it was improvised.
A lot of it was just well, I know I had a basic script, and I'm like, if you guys want to just add what you want,
Right.
make it just have
My
fun with
look
it.
at his face. Two guards.
That's like a Jim Carrey face. Like, it's like.
Nope.
Now
That
here's
line
one
was
thing.
Don't waste my
I know
Here's the
that.
one
bullets.
thing. You have the jacket back on.
Yeah. Oh no.
I didn't even realize. To be
Well,
completely
okay.
honest.
Put the
I noticed it immediately, but the thing was,
Really? I didn't notice at
We
all.
filmed that first because that was with Cam.
We did the
and
outside
we-
scenes and then the inside.
While we still
scenes.
had daylight, we did the
There-
outside scenes. So, but then he took off the jacket, and I was putting it together. I'm like, oh, he still got the jacket on.
There's
I didn't
a
realize
lot
that
of
at all.
continuity errors. Like there's a lot of scenes of people like leaning forward, and then in the next cut,
Yep. It's like, oh, okay.
But that's the trouble with having one camera too.
Well,
Is
yeah.
everything is a separate take, and we talked about this a lot in 3. 'cause
Whoa!
that was the first time.
CGI.
it's the
was-
Is that the gravitonium?
It is. But
I can't wait for Spy 6. It is.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The effects are gonna be interesting.
There's
gonna be a lot.
I don't want to. Can I say?
If you spoil something, I'll bleep it. So
Okay.
you can say what you.
So you can bleep this?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Pause here for a second.
Tell me if this is a spoiler. No, you don't have to pause.
No, I want to talk about this.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
You're good.
But you can bleep this out if this is a spoiler. But there's a prop in 6 made by these two guys, and it is so cool. It is awesome. I
still
held
have it in your room,
and I got to hold it once.
Only once, really?
Yeah, I only held it once, and then we had to start shooting. I think I held it while I was bringing it over to you guys.
Yeah, probably.
David would not let go of it.
It was awesome.
He
It looked
loved
really
it.
cool.
I was so happy with how that turned out. So this was originally supposed to be
That
in
is
Hope.
another good transition.
This was originally supposed to be in Hope, but since we lost the location and we only got to film for one day, we had to improvise. So this is actually the same place we filmed Spy 2. This is right where Eli broke in through the window.
Eli's old house.
Yeah, but we didn't have another location because we lost Hope. So this also was supposed to be like 4 or 5 different scenes of me and Seth just wandering the base, discovering different things. And then we were supposed to knock out a group of guards, and then that was supposed to be how we got the suit, or the disguises. But because we didn't have the location, we squished all those scenes together to make this scene. Yeah, we had to...
You in the background there is so funny.
Just standing there menacingly.
Oh, yeah.
That silhouette is so good with the shadow on the wall. Oh.
It's the only thing taller than David.
Yes, the shadow. It's the shadow.
Yeah.
David's really good at playing a villain.
He really is.
I've noticed.
Yeah. Which is funny because he's like a nice guy,
Yeah.
but like
David
but
is
he brings the
exact
villain. It's
opposite. He's very quiet, very soft-spoken, very timid.
Nothing like he is in the film,
No,
which is what makes it so
you
funny.
You can turn it on. I think it's great.
Yeah.
You yanked me back into that chair.
I'm sorry.
Wanted to be realistic.
That's what I'm saying. It was
It
good
looks
because
good.
you yanked me back into the
I know,
chair.
but I didn't want you to get hurt.
You should have hurt me.
Okay.
It's on the running joke for the scene too. Was like,
What do you
you didn't know what your line was, so it was always, what do you want? In between, like David do this monologue of a line, and then what do you want?
What do you want?
Every time.
David would say a really long line, and then Eli would sit there. What do you want?
Yes.
And he did it like 15 times.
Oh, it was hilarious. And he always says, what do you want twice? And one is, what do you want? The other one is, what do you want, Vitruvius? That's it.
I like
what
how
do you want every other time.
the second time he says, what do you want, Vitruvius? Like he's talking to his sister.
Yeah.
What do you want, Vitruvius?
What do you want?
Get out of my room!
Just wanna go, okay?
What do you want?
I love it.
This is a good scene. If I could just say one thing,
Yeah.
it's a little long.
I thought the same thing.
It's like 6 minutes long.
Yeah. No, I said the same thing because when I was putting it together, I'm like, okay, this, you can see each one in the timeline, and they're all like little small, and then there's this scene which is like this, and I'm like, that's a bit much.
But this is Spy 6.
Yeah.
This is all
this sets
setting
up
up
a lot.
Spy 6.
If it was if you look at it through the context of Spy 6,
With one film.
when it comes out, this scene is a lot more forgiving.
Yeah.
But for a shorter film,
Yeah.
this kind of feels like this is
kinda-
a lot of talking.
Yeah, I agree. It kind of drags on.
Yeah, it's
and
a
again,
lot.
it was supposed to be offset with more combat scenes and Hope, but those were all cut because we couldn't film them.
Which you should talk about next time you do Spy Talk when 6 comes out. By the way, if you look at Eli's right arm and you take a closer look at that handcuff, you can see
it's actually coming off.
It's already coming off.
Yep.
And he's trying. You're trying.
You're
to
already
hide it.
opening it. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Although it is funny because only one of your hands cuffs so you could get up.
I
and
thought
punch
about
him.
that too.
You could get up and punch him.
When I was editing it, I'm like, he's not really that restrained in this chair. I mean, he is, but
the guy's
really.
not standing behind him.
It's off right there.
Yeah, I did pop it off.
The guy's not standing behind him. He is now lying on the bed with his shoes off, looking at his phone.
Oh man, and the funny thing is, like, you're tinkering, you almost got the handcuff up there, and then it cuts to this shot,
and it's down there.
I forgot that I did that.
Yeah, well, it was supposed because you were when he says release him, you're lifting the cuff up like I
And
already
it's
got
already
it
gone,
off. So
right.
it was supposed to happen, but it's just.
But
funny.
that's the Carter moment, though, is that he's listening to Vitruvius in this scene.
Yeah,
he's not.
You don't know to what extent, but he's listening to Vitruvius in this scene.
He's not just sitting there like, shut up, I want to get out of here, I don't like you. He's
Right.
actually like, oh wait, this guy's making a lot of it.
Right.
Like the arch nemesis of Agent Carter and Agent Chase is actually getting to them.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's something that you did really well is Vitruvius is a legit threat. He's a good villain.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is, you hate him, but at the same time you're kind of intimidated by him.
Mm-hmm.
Not just because he's super tall.
Right.
Yeah,
But
that helps automatically. He's taller than everybody
Right.
else.
That's the name.
6'8", I think.
That's the name of Spy 5, though, is the manipulation. Because it's all of the stuff that Vitruvius has coming together to put people right where he wants them.
Yep.
I didn't even think about that. I'm stupid.
What?
No wonder the scene is so long. The movie's called Manipulate. All right. I'm stupid. He's got the chains off.
Well, that's just and like it's all like you think like this one is all of like Vitruvius' plan falling together with Torrin's agents. Okay, he's using Torrin's agent to get to Carter in this scene, and then he used Lucinda, but then trying to give them back, and then that ended up with John. So like it's all about this grander plan is what it's for.
Yeah, this one really just makes me more excited for 6 because it's all the building blocks for Spy 6.
And 6 will be the finale for anyone.
Yes.
So it's filmed. It's the finale.
Could you turn it up a little bit?
It's on the side.
Oh.
Yeah, it's up.
I await your decision.
So and then
Can you turn it down one notch?
Seriously?
That it's on.
Yes, I'm bothered.
It can't be on 11. It has to be on 10.
Yeah, thank you.
But so.
Why would you do that?
I like let's go 9.
Beautiful. You were gonna say something.
There's a take here too, where I was actually tempted to put it in where you David goes in the shadow and you go in the shadow right next to his ear.
What happens in the shadow stays in the shadow.
In the shadow.
Think about what I said.
It's like what happens in the shadow.
Wait,
stays
what?
in the shadow. And you go
In the shadow. Really? Oh, why isn't that in the bloopers?
well, because it's not directly a blooper. Because we continue the scene, like it just keeps going, so it's not like directly a blooper.
Oh,
but it's funny.
Wait, you didn't even laugh? Oh, that ruins it.
What?
He didn't even laugh at me.
Well, his back was to the camera. I don't know if he smiled or not.
Oh, okay.
I don't even remember doing that.
But for this scene, it was supposed to be. There's a cut where Eli goes right to the door, and it's supposed to cut right. It's supposed to flow right into the scene of him and Cam going to the car. But because we lost scenes, I had to chop it here, and instead of showing Eli actually go out the door, I just left the camera panning on David. Because this was supposed to be just a straight flow right out of the hotel room into the car scene, but I had to stretch it.
Oh, yeah.
Because I needed different cuts to make sense for... Like, I couldn't have 2 of me and Seth scenes combined that had no transition between them. Because then we just jump from place to place.
There's me and my bro again.
Oh, yeah. I love this. This scene's great.
I heard he resurrected you out of the woodworks.
There is more truth in that statement than you realize.
Yep. That's the fun thing about Gladys, though, is that I just played with it, and it was so much fun. I think the voice turned out great.
I love the way the voice
He's
is.
got a knife, camo pants.
Yeah.
Torrin's wearing all jeans.
Casual and, like, freaking militaristic.
But Gladys is funded. Torin really is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
What is he wearing?
I don't know.
That was
I think it was a Halloween mask.
That's the hard thing is that concealing faces was a big thing because we're all the same people.
Yeah. Which is why it's with the way spoiler for ahead, like with the way that the cloning with Carter is meant to like hint at
if
why
you're watching this without watching the actual movie, you're stupid.
Yeah. Watch the movie first. But so that's why like the cloning is like kind of a weak attempt to describe why there's multiple goons of the same person. But
yeah, I think that's a cool idea.
But that's
also that's Cam and Alex walking in the background there on the dike, right next to Eli's head.
Is that us?
Yeah, that's you and
Alex. Oh, that's me and Alex. Oh no. Oh jeez.
Finish this.
But there was also a big Spy 6 scene that was cut because of location. That went a little bit more into depth about that and like
there was whole scenes where it was supposed to be with Gladys and Vitruvius talking about plans, talking about hinting at what the grand arc plan is, and Nathan Belfast was supposed to be there, but that got cut because location.
There was also a scene where Kepner is going through looking for goons. And he sees a Lucinda clone, and he's like, Lucinda, but it's actually
too.
Yeah,
and that got cut as well.
It was cut for.
I was looking forward to doing that scene, but
that's the sucky thing. Is like the ragdoll stuff is fun, but most all of it got cut because we didn't have location, and then we ran out of time.
You call it ragdoll stuff?
I mean, it's just throwing
because we never die like actual people. We always boo. Anyway.
But yeah. So, anyways, the cloning is supposed to be a quasi to explain why there are so many of us cast. Yeah.
Oh, this is a good scene.
I love this scene.
He does the Italian forget about it. And that would be waiting for my cue.
Yeah.
I'm stupid.
There's some pants in the back.
Oh, okay. Eli's face here. I love that face.
What the?
He's like, what is going on here?
God, I love scenes. I love it. Eli, I love you, man.
Hey.
So that scene was zoomed in to cut some of the stuff that's on the left-hand side, the classroom stuff, because we filmed this in Hope, which was the school classroom.
Yeah.
So I felt like some of the classroom stuff takes away from the moment, but I mean,
go back. Wait, go back. What did Eli do with his hands? He holds up a number and then he looks to see if it's correct. Watch.
Oh, wait, really?
He was like 3. Yeah, that's 3.
I think what the point of that was.
No,
is to
you
be
couldn't
like,
count.
Here's my right hand, and I look at my right hand. I was like, oh, I have my right hand again. And
because his hand was cut off.
Okay, well that's even funnier.
Right.
He's like, oh hey, I got my hand.
I still have it.
He's just now realizing it.
Right, but that was the thing because in Spy 4, not only in Spy 1, it's a robotic arm.
Yeah.
In Spy 4, which is the prequel, he gets his arm cut off, which explains why he's still alive in Spy 1.
A flashback.
Right. So, when this happens, he has his arm back. Why? Right?
But he explained that.
Right. So that was the big purpose of this scene. Because there was supposed to be conversation between just Gladys and Vitruvius, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
that
just
was a whole scene.
Right, just explaining that. But
and going in more in depth with what this is,
right,
with
exactly.
what Gladys is and how that was supposed to work out. And again, hint more towards the plan and hint towards the other clones of other people because it was supposed to be Kepner and Lucinda were cloned by Vitruvius through the same process, which is why he needed them for experiments, and that's why there's so many same goons.
Also, this isn't really explained, but it's there. What the whole Middle East kosher thing with the fireflies was what birthed Gladys is because Vitruvius used some kind of DNA from Carter or something that he
in
got.
that time period.
Right.
And that's why, like, when he turns around, he's like, I think I might know you better than you know yourself, because he's like, I literally work with a version of you.
Right.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because it's like, yeah, I literally cloned you.
Right.
So, yes, I know how to push your buttons. I know how to manipulate you to do what I want.
Were you going to say something?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But, I mean, that's the cool thing is that Gladys is what Carter is capable of, right?
Yeah.
It's
the dark side. So
Right,
to speak.
exactly.
He's the Mr. Hyde.
Yeah.
right.
How far Carter could be twisted in a way to support that other side.
Chase is kind of, I don't want to say Boy Scout. I want to say
No,
more.
I think that's a good
He's
description.
the Captain America of the series for sure.
He's just the good boy. The guy, I follow the rules and I do what's right.
Right.
He's,
Which drives the plot. So
Yeah.
as basic as that is, I think
It's
it was definitely necessary.
Yeah.
And it's also easier to act for you.
Yeah, for
because
me.
it's just
It wasn't, I don't need to worry about a complicated
it wasn't a big
arc
departure
for my
from
character.
yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
we wrapping now.
We wrapping now. So
If
this was
anybody-
filmed like right after the second Space Jam came out, which is crazy to
If
think
anybody
about.
wants to know what we rapping now, we rapping. Me, Eli, and my brother went to see Space Jam 2. It was horrible, and it became an in-joke of Daffy Duck when he's wearing the hood and he's going, "We rapping now."
But that scene has talked about for the past however many years, and it's still funny to this day.
Show them what you're made of, Notorious B.I.G. Oh, God. Watch Spy Wars. Don't watch Space Jam 2.
Oh, man.
Think better thoughts. That's great life advice.
This was day 2. Was filming this. This was our
Really?
Second, this was our
Yeah,
second
yeah.
day filming. Because then Alex showed up for the Spy 6 scenes.
You're right.
He showed up earlier.
Here comes my bro.
He did a great job for that.
Yeah, he did it really
He was
good.
not supposed to be there, was he?
No.
It was supposed to be
Yeah, it was supposed
someone
to,
else.
be Phoebe, actually.
Mhm.
She expressed interest in trying to join it. I'm like, well, I got this tiny, just small role that you could do, and it, could just get you into it. And then I texted her when I texted everyone else, like, hey, I'm getting ready to go up and
Wait.
film.
He flubbed it. It's his big line, and he flubbed it.
Yeah.
Connor, you fool.
There's there wasn't a better take of that, unfortunately, just because there were some that were cut weird, but yeah. So then originally it was supposed to be Phoebe, but then she said she couldn't make it like 2 months in advance, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then I think I asked everyone else, I'm like, do you have anyone in mind? And then I think you brought up Connor.
Aiden
Yeah, I'll
is a
check that.
true entrepreneurial filmmaker. He will push on no matter what the setbacks are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least try to.
Well, here we are though. Spy 5 exists.
Yeah.
That alone
That's
is
true.
a big thing.
Even after John quit. Yay.
It was That
Do you want to talk about John quitting, Aiden?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, it
I mean, we can.
it was an odd help hurt situation because
Yeah.
him quitting made us rush certain scenes that losing a location would have completely ruined the film. But at the same time, it was rough because we were like literally halfway through filming.
We finished the first week, and then John is sent me a text, hey, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? So at this point, for week 1, we'd already filmed the ending.
Right.
Like, we already
That
filmed
was the rough part.
the ending of Spy 6, the finale and the ending. So I already had John in the ending. And I'm like, dude, if you told me this weeks ago that you weren't as interested, I could have rewritten it. I could have changed it so that it would have been fine. But you're already at Endgame. I can't connect you from, oh, you're in the base and now you're at the end. Like, I can't connect that.
Yeah.
And that simple little error deleted so many
It deleted
of
so
the
many
important scenes.
It was that combined with the location.
It was a
But-
catch-22 because when he quit, we were forced to do, I think, 8 scenes instead of the scheduled 4 that day.
Yeah.
It was a roundabout then because we were only supposed to do a couple scenes a day just because to give myself time and not to bombard everybody. But so we were only supposed to do a couple scenes a day, and so I convinced John to do one more day. That's all he'd give me. So I'm like, okay, fine, we'll do one more day, but it's going to be intensive. It's going to be more intense than anything
because we just did every scene we could cobble together with him in
I
it
counted
on
all the
that
scenes,
day.
and I'm like, look, I need at least 6. I think it was like 6 scenes from him. Like
Yeah.
I need 6 scenes from you to make the film be coherent.
Right.
And I'm like, if you can give me that, then you can go on your merry way and goodbye. And so he's like, okay, fine, I'll do that. So I'm like, okay. So that's what we did. So this day at Hope, we only did one day at Hope, and it was rushed. And so we did 8 scenes, and then, I mean, it's still complicated as to why we lost the location. There's multiple reasons.
Mm.
Some that I don't understand, and some that just don't make any sense. So, but anyway, so it worked out great that we did film more than we were supposed to because we got the location. But then again, filming more may have also caused us to lose the location. So I don't freaking know.
Yeah. Well,
It's just adapting to what happens.
It was
too.
a cluster,
Yeah,
and it
pretty
was
good.
it was trying to figure out how to stitch it all together. And I remember calling
Right.
you the night we lost everything, and I'm like, how do we come
How
back
do we
from
do this?
are
Yeah.
those real syringes?
They're not sharp. They're
Oh.
They actually squirt.
they do squirt.
I remember
But
I was laughing.
It's
I
a
was
big
going-
it's a big hole on the end. They don't you couldn't actually like stab it over.
Eli's package gets put right in the front of the camera.
Lack thereof.
Fine.
See, this one Seth just stares right at the camera here. Look. He just stares right at the camera. And I'm like,
Good
dude.
call. Good call.
My first time watching this, I didn't realize that was you guys.
Oh,
I
you
was
did-
like,
You didn't?
oh, that's not. Oh,
I
yeah.
looked and I kind of knew. I was like, oh, that's Seth. That's Aiden. I didn't know Aiden played a goon. And then it was, oh, wait.
Oh wait,
Right.
yeah. Yeah. Well, and again, this was.
Oh, so wait. Clark wanted to come with Aiden or Chase.
Yeah.
He said, no, it'd be better if you just say, we'll get your brother. And he said, please let me come. He comes. Your mission.
I want my brother.
I want to go save my brother. And then what happens to the dope? That is that is not like a plot error. That is a character error, and
Yeah.
he gets.
No,
Well,
that was why he
'cause
wanted to come.
His
though,
whole
was to
motivation
save
was his brother.
But he. That's the whole thing, though. He should have just trusted Chase to do his job.
Yeah. He should have, but he was so desperate to get his brother back that he just
I really
ran for it.
Chase is Aiden. He's so patient with all of these knuckleheads.
Yeah, well, I wrote from what I know, so I kind of wrote me.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, and
And
Yeah,
then what
there's
happens? The Claude gets caught.
it's
See? Look at my face. I'm so ready. You're like, I'm so ready to shoot him. I look like it's that.
like your buck teeth out. You're like,
I didn't even realize that. Your face is amazing.
This is a good scene.
I had to
Aiden's
zoom
got
in for that
I
because
could tell that was
John was smiling during the cut, and I'm like, dude.
Aiden's got a good face.
So I'm like, yeah.
Whoa! He stabbed him. And then down the stairs I go. Oh! Blown up!
And Eli's car's right there.
There's Eli's car. And there's Alex's old car.
No.
The orange one?
Yeah, that was an Outback. She had a not a Titan, a Rogue.
Oh.
Yeah, and I felt like the ending was a little bit sudden and rough, but
It's not your fault, though.
The scene at
Yeah.
the end makes up for it, though.
Yeah.
For sure.
I know. I kind of wish it was before the,
I thought about it, but then I was like, I wanted to kind of be an end credit teaser.
Yeah.
I was debating
Director
whether-
Eli Aiden. The Kirk, camera operator for like 2 scenes. It's no
I
problem.
don't have a parents, Aiden.
Aiden, Eli, do. This is a good scene.
This is 6.
This
This is 100%
This
6.
is a spin
but
around at 6, but
But we have another credit thing for 6, and
Yeah,
it's too good. So
yeah. So a little teaser, an additional teaser for 6 is everyone's gonna be here for something. I love how Cameron he's like so confused. He's like, oh, I didn't know. He's like, oh, you guys are surprisingly coordinated.
Where did you
band,
get?
woo.
Oh yeah. Where'd you get that bullet? Where did I come from?
I have no idea, to be honest. I really have no idea.
The dancing.
Somebody else. Let's go.
Do it, hold down. And look what he like. He just and then Alex, she doesn't know what to do.
She was like so confused, like I don't know what to do.
And then
the Tusken Raider.
he looks like that chimpanzee that gets the AK, and then he just holds it up his head.
Oh my god!
You just keep going.
And then she points a gun at me.
That's a Jim Carrey scream.
I love how that cuts, dude. It's so freaking great.
Do you know what's happening?
Oh, this is Alex's only scene in the movie.
Yeah.
Aside from being unconscious.
Aside from being unconscious.
She texted me, she's like, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to be really, see myself and be cool. And I'm like, oh,
well,
you're not really in this one that much.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you're not that cool.
No, but like the way it was cut is just most of her scenes are in the second one.
6, yeah.
I'm always wearing dirty shirts.
Dude,
It's just Kepner's thing.
What I love about this scene is the three of you are just in it. Like all
This
of
scene
you
was-
are really bringing it to
I
life.
remember
of course
because-
we're just in it.
Where else would you be? No, but like we were filming downstairs, and then you came up.
You guys rehearsed it a bunch.
Yeah.
You knew each other. It's
See,
super well.
There's the continuity error of me leaning up against.
Yeah,
You're leaning
like a
one
couple
way and then
hours.
the other,
I'm
yeah.
gonna when I put this, because this is gonna be probably the beginning of Spy 6. I'm probably gonna go back through and make sure.
Well,
It is.
Where's my brother?
Alex goes.
I'll catch you up on that when the time is right. But right now, we need to focus on the mission.
Yeah,
When
this
Spy
scene-
6
this scene
does
was
come
great.
out, if I can do it
Here's
with you guys again, because I had a good time doing it.
happening to the
Yeah.
mission.
If I can do
What,
Spy
Talk?
Yeah, Spy Talk.
Yeah.
I got a lot of things I want to say about the chemistry between me and Alex, but I will just say that other than me and Eli, whenever me and Alex were on screen together, we had really good, like back and forth chemistry.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Got me for behind.
I just said there's a lot for 6 that I'm really excited for.
Our intel.
See,
Yeah, from here to here.
Kepner's got super speed.
Yeah, he's just been moving around.
Well, you just move around a lot naturally, so
That's true. I mean, you can see it on this couch.
right. Yeah.
The case was removed from the CIA.
The only sucking thing here is the light was coming from the back of him.
I know, dude. It gets stronger and
I
stronger.
like the
Yeah.
framing of that though.
It's not bad, but I was afraid of it when we were filming it. But I'm just like, there's not many other angles I can take. The sunlight is right through the back, and I didn't have.
This
box
room
lights
looked
on.
great
It
too.
is a cool room.
Yeah.
I was shot. Care to explain that one?
I was telling Aiden this earlier, but you being 6 foot versus all of us being relatively shorter people, you just take the screen every time, which is kind of funny, but
I know. It's a good thing I'm never on screen with David.
Yeah, you actually are. Now that I think about it.
Oh, wait.